Factually inaccurate.
Morally correct. This is Babylon Bee Radio. Our top story. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg has announced a brilliant new plan to get Trump elected president in 2024.
I will stop at absolutely nothing to put Trump back in the White House where he belongs. I'm about to charge up his base like you've never seen.
Mr. Bragg had carefully waited until the moment he could give Trump the biggest political boost to push forward with an indictment.
Check and mate, libs. Ha ha.
Laughed Mr. Bragg as he pulled on a MAGA hat.
I've already put in my request to be Trump's transportation secretary. I hear it's super easy. 2024, here we come.
After lawyers of every political allegiance agreed there was no criminal case against Trump over hush money paid during his 2016 campaign, Mr. Bragg knew taking the hopeless case was his big chance. MSNBC's Rachel Maddow.
The optics of Democrats indicting, even handcuffing Trump on charges that have no chance of sticking. What more could the Trump campaign ask for? Mr. Bragg might be the most brilliant Republican strategist this century. He's playing chess while the rest of us are out here playing checkers.
Meanwhile, law enforcement was scrambling to try to find handcuffs big enough to fit Trump's unbelievably massive hands. Trump has admitted to confidants that he is, quote, very excited at the possibility of being arrested.
It would be the best, most beautiful mugshot the world has ever seen. Those losers have no chance, I mean zero, of getting their sissy baby cuffs around these hands, believe me. It's going to be hilarious. Be sure to tune in on Tuesday.
Police have attempted to call Trump to see if he would be on board for doing invisible handcuffs like other politicians do. Democrat dreams of seeing President Trump indicted and arrested this week were dealt a blow after Trump revealed he had preemptively pardoned himself prior to leaving office in January 2021.
The radical Democrats will not succeed in this witch hunt. I happen to have given myself the biggest, most beautiful pardon the day before I left the White House.
Trump said in a post to his Truth Social account.
This pardon exonerates me from any crime I did or didn't commit at any time ever, now or in the future. It is the greatest, most powerful pardon in the history of the world. The Democrats will not win. It's all a sham. Sad.
Attorneys and other legal experts were reportedly engaged in debate as to whether or not it's actually possible for someone to pardon themselves for a crime they say they haven't committed.
This would be quite unprecedented. For a president to pardon himself for a crime, then maintain his innocence of the said crime is a bold move, even for Donald Trump. This may go far beyond 4D chess and into fifth dimension of chess. The man is simply brilliant.
Democratic leaders from all levels of government remained convinced that after all the other stuff they made up didn't work, this was finally going to be the time they successfully brought Trump down. At airtime, Trump had announced plans to release a limited edition NFT trading card of his pardon for himself and sell it for $100 million. China's Xi Jinping and Russia's Vladimir Putin have held a summit in Moscow, but negotiations have slowed to a standstill. Analysts say this is because neither has yet finished Donald J. Trump's masterful tome on all things related to negotiation, The Art of the Deal.
From their limp handshake to their poor time management, to their complete and total indifference to the principles of leverage, as outlined in The Art of the Deal, these two have displayed none of the most valuable qualities in a strong negotiator. Sad.
Trump took to his Truth Social app to share his commentary on the stalled peace talks, blaming the intractable world leaders for failing to deliver wins for their respective countries, both of which he projects will
lose bigly.
At airtime, both Xi and Putin had still failed to use body language, the powerful power steeple hand gesture, and even a basic knowledge of checking their emotions at the door, as outlined early in The Art of the Deal, and neither is expected to get the deal done.
Not good.
Liberals unable to define the words man or woman have angrily demanded conservatives give a singular definition of a term recently made up by liberals.
You just don't look at anything you don't like!
Screamed liberal activist Jan Barlow.
Bigot! Nazi!
During a brief break in Ms. Barlow's screaming, local conservative Roger Hartnett attempted to help.
I tried to explain that woke means the insane cultural rules being forced on us by leftists, and that the term specifics keep changing because leftists keep coming up with new insane cultural rules. She responded by cursing me for not asking her pronouns and then began foaming at the mouth. I don't think I got through to her.
Developmental experts have become puzzled as to precisely how children who can easily define man and woman somehow lose that cognitive ability upon becoming liberal.
It's truly a remarkable phenomenon. After thousands of years of humans being able to easily distinguish men from women, this highly specific neurological malady has suddenly appeared. The disease totally spares children, and it only seems to affect humans in particular countries with particular political philosophies. Quite a head-scratcher, I would say. Yeah.
Researchers ultimately determined that 99.9% of leftists can easily define man and woman. They're just scared to. Scholars of the Hebrew Bible have discovered new fine print in the Noahic covenant. The divine vow to never again flood the earth is rendered, quote, null and void. Experts explain if humanity ever co-opts the rainbow into a widespread and ongoing campaign for weird sex stuff.
The covenant has traditionally been called unconditional, but the underlying verbiage enumerates clear limiting principles. The flag being used to symbolize debased and unnatural sex acts, for example, would remove humanity's legal protection against another flood,
said lead researcher Avi Goldstein before introducing the panel of legal, biblical, and archaeological scholars at a conference entitled God's Bow, Noah's Boat, and a Deluge of Perversion. Activist groups have violated much of the panel's outlined covenantal precedent authorizing another flood, including using the rainbow to symbolize a great sin of pride and sexual perversion rather than God's solemn vow to never again flood the earth. Evangelical Christians weighed in with contradicting claims, with scholar Ken Ham taking umbrage with the panel's insistence on calling the ark a boat.
It's not a boat, it's a ship.
The world-renowned Gringotts Bank has filed for bankruptcy and is closing its doors after 549 years in business, admitting that its model of hoarding its customers' gold in a giant system of caverns and rails guarded by a, quote, friggin' dragon is unsustainable and fiscally unsound. Catching wind of its dire financial status, head of magical law enforcement Harry Potter made a large withdrawal of coins from his vaults, prompting others to do the same and leading to a massive run on the bank.
Yeah, I guess we should have invested some of that gold and maybe cut some costs by not building a giant roller coaster system and, acquiring a dragon,
said one goblin banker as he packed his things into a cardboard box.
You live and you learn.
At our time, the wizarding world had suffered another severe cultural blow as several Quidditch leagues unexpectedly went bankrupt as everyone suddenly realized the rules of Quidditch don't make any sense. Many Americans are growing worried over the looming financial meltdown as banks continue to close down due to lack of funds. But one guy is still cool as a cucumber, Carlos Ronaldo Jr., who lives near Nashville. What's Ronaldo's strategy to keeping calm during the crisis that could have a ripple effect, destroying millions of people's savings? He doesn't have any money in the first place.
Yeah, it's kind of a great way of not worrying too much about what's going on in the economy. Oh, there goes another one. No, it doesn't affect me at all.
Ronaldo says his carefully thought-out strategy is to
just never have any money in the bank, checking accounts, savings accounts, investments, or anywhere else.
So that way he doesn't ever have to worry about banks failing and losing hundreds of thousands of dollars of his money.
It's pretty much foolproof. See, look at my phone. I've got a negative $7.64 balance. I was in the black yesterday, so I quickly ran over to Jack in the Box this morning to grab a few tacos. Now, I've overdrafted again. That was a close one.
At airtime, Ronaldo had received his latest paycheck and spent the entire thing on bills, keeping his master plan going for the time being. While at his first job interview with a prospective employer, local man Justin Rasberger was crestfallen to learn that, quoting Monty Python, does not count as relevant job experience, and in fact is not currently considered a, quote, marketable skill among employers.
So yeah, I'm really good at quoting Monty Python and the Holy Grail, as you can see there under the special skills section.
He told the hiring managers at Dunsonson & Sons accounting firm.
I can pretty much do the whole movie. Do you guys want me to? Here, I'll just show you.
Rasberger then began banging together the two empty halves of coconuts he brought with him.
Whoa there! Halt! Who goes there? It is I, Arthur,
Sorry,
son of...
Mr. Rasberger, was it? Yeah, you're a really nice guy, and your 6-month stint working at TJ Maxx is, impressive, but we just don't think quoting Holy Grail is really, relevant job experience. For, any job, probably. Except, maybe some kind of job making a documentary about Monty Python or something like that.
Oh, I see. Well, the movie starts a little slow. I can start the middle, maybe do the witch scene if you guys want. We found a witch, may we burn her? How do you know she's a witch? She looks like one.
But when Rasberger saw the awkward looks on the interviewers' faces, he started to read the room.
Okay, I get it. Not big Holy Grail fans. Well, I can do something from Circus. The fresh fruit sketch, maybe. Pointed stick! Oh, we want to learn how to defend ourselves against pointed sticks, do we? No? Nothing. Okay, man, I'm starting to worry I've wasted my whole life. Well, thank you for your time. Unless...
Is obscure Star Wars trivia something you guys are looking for? B Radio features officially curated content from the Babylon Bee, scripted, voiced, and produced by Austin Robertson. Additional voices in this episode from Bettina, Brandon, Emma, Jordan, Sam, and Travis. Don't miss an episode. Subscribe to B Radio on YouTube, Spotify, iHeart, or wherever you get your podcasts.